Hey everyone, Rich Gasaway here. I'm planning the biggest situational awareness event I've ever done. September 26th is National Situational Awareness Day, and I'm taking that a step further and declaring September to be National Situational Awareness Month. I'm looking for program hosts to help fill the month with events throughout the United States and Canada. So if you're interested in helping me make this a success, please contact me through the Contact Me tab on the samatters.com website. If you want to train your members online, you can do that now too by enrolling them in the Situational Awareness Matters Online Academy. The Academy will teach your members everything they need to know about situational awareness and high-risk decision-making for a crazy affordable price. If you enroll 31 or more of your members, the cost is just $49 a person. Why did I set the price so low? Because I don't want any department to say that the cost was the prohibiting factor in getting their members trained on this vitally important topic. The Academy just opened for enrollments, and I've already got more than 700 students in the Academy taking the class, and getting some great feedback from the students too. Did you know that issues related to situational awareness are consistently identified as contributing factors in near-miss, injury, and fatality events? Please, don't wait until your agency has a critical injury or fatality incident. Please don't wait. I get to work with many departments that have experienced critical injuries and fatality incidents, and they're some of the most hurting organizations you can imagine. Please, I don't want that to happen to you. Seriously, I can take your understanding of situational awareness and high-risk decision-making to the level it needs to be. Visit samatters.com, click the green button on the right side of the homepage, labeled Online Academy. To our premium enrolled students in the Academy, they get to participate in a monthly webinar where I have guests talk about important safety topics. This month's webinar's guest was Joe Pernesti, talking about how to incorporate simulations into your command training. The next webinar is scheduled for July 16th and will feature former Washington, D.C. Fire Chief Dennis Rubin talking about crew resource management. Premium enrolled students will get a notification sent to you in the course room along with your login credentials. Okay, that's enough pre-show stuff. Roll that podcast intro. Today's episode is sponsored by Midwest Fire. For more than 20 years, Midwest Fire has been manufacturing high-quality tankers, tanker pumpers, and fire rescue vehicles in the United States and Canada. Keeping firefighters safe while enhancing their capabilities is what they do best. To learn more, go to MidwestFire.com.
This is Brian Mulligan from the Gasaway Volunteer Fire Department. You're listening to SA Matters Radio Show with Dr. Rich Gasaway. The SA Matters mission is simple. They want to help us see the bad things coming. It's time to avoid bad outcomes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 165 of the Situational Awareness Matters radio show. I'm your host, Rich Gasaway. The purpose of this show is to improve situational awareness and decision-making for individuals and teams who work in high-risk, high-consequence, time-compressed environments with changing conditions. The SA Matters mission is simple, to help you see the bad things coming in time to avoid bad outcomes. If you're new to the podcast, you have some homework to do by going back and listening to the past episodes. I've released a new episode every Tuesday, never missed a week, for over 3 years. And I do that for you, the listeners of this show. You inspire me to work hard for you. I've been sharing the message of situational awareness and high-risk decision-making in live program events for over 12 years now, and have trained just over 59,000 first responders. I'm here for the long run, and for so long as I'm able, I'll continue to share this message, a message of hope, a message of inspiration, and a message of encouragement for all first responders who want to make sure they're able to develop and maintain strong situational awareness and make quality, high-risk decisions. I'm dedicated to helping to improve your safety and your survival, and helping you to accomplish the most important goal of all, to go home to the ones who love you. And speaking of sharing the message, I'm coming to you today from West Des Moines, Iowa, where I'm in town to deliver a flawed situational awareness, the stealth killer of first responders program for the West Des Moines Fire Department and other departments in the region. Thank you, Chief Lou and Assistant Chief Eslick, for the wonderful hospitality and the support of my mission. One of the questions I get asked a lot by readers and listeners are, when are you coming to my area? I want to attend a program. Or where are you going to be next? Great questions. And the answers are really easy to find out. There's a link to all the upcoming events right on the homepage of SA Matters. Just click the blue box on the right side of the homepage labeled Upcoming Events Schedule. If you want to save some money by hosting a program, and who doesn't want to save some money, right? Here's a tip for how you can do that at a reduced cost. I host what I call companion programs. These are programs on adjoining dates to other programs. So if you see I'm delivering a program within a couple hours of your department and you think you might want to tag along as a companion, contact me. You can save as much as 20% off a program cost by being a companion to an existing program. And I do about 30 of those each year. And no one ever complains about saving money. That's what I call a win-win situation. Okay, in today's feature segment, I'm going to kick off a 5-part series on situational awareness and sanity. And when I'm done with the feature segment, stick around, and I'll tell you how you can attend an upcoming Situational Awareness Matters Tour Stop event. Who knows? Maybe I'm going to be right in your state or right in your county soon. Albert Einstein is credited with saying insanity is doing the same thing over and over again while expecting different results. If you have spent time reading a large number of first responder fatality reports, you might start to see the real-life manifestation of Einstein's definition of insanity. In fact, I would go as far as to say we've got to the point where we are discovering very few new ways to kill first responders. Rather, we're taking all the ways we already know how to do it, and we're perfecting it by doing it over and over and over again. This is Einstein's insanity personified. Here we're going to examine some of the potential explanations for this insanity. Honor the fallen. Before I start into the explanations of how situational awareness can be impacted through what seems to be insane behaviors, I want to make sure that all the listeners know that I'm not criticizing those who have died in the act of serving others. Rather, and much to the contrary, I'm going to attempt to explain the neuroscience of decision-making and how situational awareness can be eroded by certain factors. Neither the fallen, nor those who worked beside them or supervised them during the event allowed their situational awareness to be impacted on purpose. Trained to fail. I've invested a considerable amount of time and effort investigating the neurological basis of learning, especially learning under stress, and more specifically how we are training first responders to fail. Of course, we're not training first responders to fail on purpose. No self-respecting instructor would do it on purpose, but they do it a lot. And the evidence is present in the line of duty death evaluation reports, if you understand how the brain learns. Unfortunately, instructional methodology classes that are required for instructor certification do not teach the neural foundation of learning. And this is a shame. Such lessons were never shared with me for the better part of the 25 years I trained first responders to fail simply because I didn't know any better. This is a complex topic. In fact, it's so complex that I used to teach it as part of the situational awareness curriculum, but have since developed a complete class to train instructors on how training for failure occurs and how to fix it. Simply stated, anytime we train responders, we are helping to develop two types of memory. Cognitive memory, that's the memory of information, the what am I supposed to do knowledge, and the kinesthetic memory, the memory of muscles moving, the how am I supposed to do it knowledge. Remember to repeat. Repetition is key to learning. That's been scientifically validated in many research studies. In fact, the less we rehearse, being a cognitive information or muscle movement, the greater likelihood of making mistakes or failing to remember how to perform a task or failing to recall knowledge. I demonstrate this amply during the Training for Failure class when I have students perform a novel task, a first-time task, and their performance is horribly slow and fraught with mistakes. I am continually amazed, disappointed is the better word, at how many students come to a full-day class and do not take a single note. Somehow they're under the delusion that they will remember everything important. And it is a delusion. Research amply demonstrates the average student will forget nearly 90% of everything that they have learned in a class, and that'll happen within 2 hours of the class being completed, unless they rehearse, meaning study, the material. Practice makes perfect. We've all heard the cliche that practice makes perfect. Stated another way, practice produces perfection. This may be one of the biggest fallacies we have to get over in order to reduce our potential of training for failure. More accurately stated, practice produces permanent performance. And perhaps even more accurately stated, perfect practice produces perfect performance. And the most accurately way to state it is perfect practice performed in repetition over long periods of time produces perfect performance. Repetition creates habits. Training performed in repetition creates habits. Those habits reside in the brain as scripts. Think of scripts as small snippets of code that exist in your brain that produce automatic responses. No conscious effort or thought is required. Scripts can be very helpful, and the habit-based performance they evoke can be life-saving. Without scripts, more formally called schema, we would likely have been extinct as a species long ago, for our ancestors would have spent too much time trying to assess the meaning of an attacking saber-toothed tiger instead of evoking an automatic scripted response to either kill the animal or run from it. The danger of a single script. The cave dweller had two decision options: kill the saber-toothed tiger or run from it. The decision was based on primal and quick threat assessments. But it was a decision, which is defined as a choice between two or more alternatives. Unfortunately, many first responders are trained to a single script and only taught one tactic, and that is to attack. This makes sense. We are firefighters, not fire retreaters. We don't run away from the danger of fire. In fact, when we go through our training, most instructors spend all of their time on the drill ground teaching firefighters how to fight, how to be aggressive, how to kill the firefighter. Nothing wrong with that, unless, of course, the fire is bigger and stronger than the firefighters. Under those circumstances, the fire will be the killer. To say there is a single script would be the same as saying that firefighters are single-minded. On arrival at a fire, there is but one thing, and only one thing, to do. Under stress, there is a distinct likelihood that this is not a conscious decision. In fact, it's not a decision at all. Recall a decision being defined as a choice between two or more alternatives. As firefighters are trained only to attack a fire, the script or the schema, the habit, automatically performed under stress, is to attack. A second script was, most unfortunately, never taught. Sure, an instructor may have talked about it during class, saying something to the effect that if the fire's too big, don't do an interior fire attack. Then after the classroom portion of learning was done, the cognitive knowledge was imparted, the instructor and the students retreated to the drill ground. There the students are taught and practice attack. Unfortunately, the kinesthetic or muscle movement memory has only one script to follow, the attack script, and it is automatically performed under stress, no conscious thought required. Enter the situational awareness insanity. Situational awareness is developed from a process of gathering information and then processing that information into understanding. Note, there can be a large gap between gathering information and understanding information. Situational awareness is enhanced from the completion of a proper size-up that includes walking all the way around a structure, referred to as the 360 size-up, to gather information that forms the awareness. When firefighters have but one script, the aggressive fight script, they may not complete a size-up at all. And if they do, they may completely ignore the critical clues and cues that indicate the fire should not be fought aggressively via an interior fire attack. Their script to engage in an interior fire attack is so automatic, the information that indicates an exterior attack is appropriate is either not understood or completely ignored. When this happens, firefighters rush in on interior attacks without completing proper size-ups. And when proper size-ups are completed and there are clues present indicating they should not conduct interior fire attacks because there's ample signs of an impending flashover or structural collapse, they enter anyhow. And within a matter of minutes or two, a line-of-duty death occurs. This is both predictable and preventable. Yet it happens over and over and over again. Yes, meeting Einstein's definition of insanity. If you've experienced or witnessed a near miss and would like to have a platform to share your lessons learned with others, please contact me by visiting the samatters.com website and clicking on the Contact Us tab on the top of the homepage. Think about it for a moment. The lessons learned from your near-miss event could save the life of another first responder. If you want to share your experience, contact me. Okay, as I always do, I want to take a moment to thank the departments and organizations that have hosted some great training for their members on situational awareness. I do this to show my appreciation to the organizations who have put forth the effort to organize, advertise, and fund great training experiences for their members and others in their region. Your efforts to bring this valuable and powerful training on situational awareness and high-risk decision-making to your regions are greatly appreciated. Recent tour stops have included the FDNY Incident Management Team, the Ontario Fire Chiefs Association Conference, the Ontario Fire Training Officers Association Conference, the Hartford, Connecticut Fire Department, the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard, Colorado Springs Fire Department, and where I am now in West Des Moines for the West Des Moines, Iowa Fire Department. By the time this episode airs, I will have also completed a program for the Beaver Lake Fire Department in Arkansas and a week-long Company Officer Development Institute program in Woodland, Texas. In case you've not heard me talk about this before, it's a week-long program designed to help company officers be successful with preventing and extinguishing fires inside the firehouse. We address leadership challenges, conflict resolution, communication skills, teamwork, problem solving, workload management, generational issues, and so much more. And the best part about it, you listening? No PowerPoint. That's right, no PowerPoint for a whole week. We use adult facilitated learning techniques that not only makes the class enjoyable, but it makes the lessons stick. The goal? To help keep problems out of the fire chief's office. This is the 31st offering of the week-long version of this program. There are shorter versions, too. So if you're interested in hosting some kick-ass, no-holds-barred leadership development for your company officers, contact me. When I get home from the Woodlands, I'm going on my annual Boundary Waters Wilderness Canoe Area trip. This is the highlight of my summer and something that I have done every year for the last 15 years. I feel very blessed to have some exciting presentation opportunities on the horizon, including July 5 to 11 I'll be in Norfolk, Virginia. July 22, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. July 26th and 7, Charlotte, North Carolina. August 1 in Cleveland. August 2 in Nashville, Tennessee. August 4 and 5, Evansville, Indiana. August 10 and 11, Richmond, Washington. August 22 to 24, Lexington County, South Carolina. August 26th and 7, Houston, Texas. And August 30, Boston, Massachusetts. If you're interested in hosting a Situational Awareness Matters Tour Stop program, there are only a couple dates left in 2017, unfortunately. And I'm actively booking programs now for 2018. So if you think your department or your association or your region or your state or your company, yes, we do programs for business and industry too, would be interested in hosting a program, contact me through the samatters.com website. Click on the Contact Us tab. We'll get something set up for you. It's not a hard process, I promise. If you want to see the locations of all the upcoming Situational Awareness Matters Tour Stop events, head over to the SA Matters website. Click on the blue box on the right side of the homepage labeled Upcoming Events Schedule. The schedule is always changing, so check back often. The last time I delivered situational awareness programs in southwest Minnesota, I stopped by and visited the sponsor for this podcast show, Midwest Fire. Midwest Fire makes all poly-bodied fire apparatus that's changing the industry. You seriously need to check them out at MidwestFire.com. Anyhow, I got a chance to sit down and talk to a few of their employees about what separates Midwest Fire from their competitors. Let's listen into a conversation that I had with engineer Tyler LeBrun about what differentiates Midwest Fire from their competitors. So, Tyler, what differentiates the manufacturing process here at Midwest Fire as, say, compared to the competitors who build fire trucks as well? What makes you stand out in comparison?
You know, I don't really know exactly what kind of systems the other competitors have in place, but you know, the one thing that I really think that sets us apart that I've seen in the side of the manufacturing field is trying to implement and adhere to some different lean ideologies, and that being said, lean manufacturing really helps us deliver a better quality product more efficiently with less waste to the customer. And also on the other side of that, I think the team that we have here, our manufacturing team and all the people that we have, with the way we work together, the teamwork that we have, and everybody's positive attitude, and it may sound kind of cliche, but the can-do spirit that we have, I think, really helps us, separate ourselves from the competition.
But I think one of the things too that I noticed when we were touring around on the shop floor is, as I looked around, I didn't see hundreds of employees. This is not a company that employs hundreds of people. It's an employee it's a company that employs a small number of employees with a great deal of dedication, and obviously that lends some to this teamwork and this sense of family that is going on here that might actually be an asset compared to a large company where an employee just might be a number.
Exactly, most definitely, and that's something that we see is all of our employees are able to work together to build these trucks, because it's not something that they're just going to sit in their station and only do their work. If they see that somebody else needs help, they're going to go over there and help them do that, help them get ahead in their part of the process so that the product can keep flowing through the manufacturing floor.
Nice, thank you. So that's really example of what separates Midwest Fire on the manufacturing side from their competitors. So check them out at MidwestFire.com. Thank you, Midwest Fire President Sarah Atchison and all your staff for your awesome commitment to improving first responders' safety. I sincerely appreciate your support of my mission. If you're not a member of the SA Matters community of learners yet, consider joining. There are over 5,000 members connected here on SA Matters, sharing ideas about how to improve situational awareness, how to make better decisions under stress, and how to train members to be critical thinkers and resilient problem solvers. Membership is free, and when you sign up, I'll send you a special report I've created for new members called 25 Best Practices for Improving First Responder Safety. Joining also gets you my monthly email newsletter that contains featured content from the blog and podcast. It's truly the easiest way for us to stay in touch with each other. If you're not a member yet, head over to the SA Matters website, click on the red box on the right side of the homepage that says Free Membership. If you want to get connected with me on Twitter, you can follow @Rich Gasaway on Twitter. On LinkedIn, you can search for Rich Gasaway. On YouTube, you can watch my videos on SA Matters TV on YouTube channel. And on Facebook, you can follow or like the SA Matters page on Facebook. Well, that's it. Episode 165 is complete. Thank you to our awesome podcast sponsor, Midwest Fire. Thank you to all of our live event hosts. Thank you to the more than 700 online academy students. And thank you, our listeners, for sharing some of your valuable time with me today. I really appreciate your support of the SA Matters mission. Be safe out there, and may the peace of the Lord and strong situational awareness be with you always.
You've been listening to the Situational Awareness Matters radio show with Dr. Richard B. Gasaway. If you are interested in learning more about situational awareness, human factors, and decision-making under stress, visit samatters.com. If you are interested in booking Dr. Gasaway for an upcoming event, visit his personal website at richgasaway.com.